Just an update at the moment. So I've read a couple of books since last time I did a podcast. One of them was, I finished Sapiens. That was pretty cool. I actually can't remember if I'd finished that before the live podcast or not. Also have been reading Tribe of Mentors and Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. And I'm probably going to read his 4-Hour Workweek book. I really like those books. Just such a huge variation in different people and their advice and their ways of thinking and stuff. Some sticks, some doesn't, but it's cool to just listen to throughout the day and while I'm going out and attending solar appointments. I've had a bit of time off, so I took about 3 weeks. Just went with me and my son for a camping trip for 3 weeks up north. Had no sort of plans, just went and bought a tent and some camping gear, a stove and food and esky, and just went up. I felt a lot of pressure building up, perceived pressure that I was putting on myself around having an idea that I wanted to do next. And I was getting tired of selling solar, and me and Marie, my wife, we've still been on separation, but it's been going really well. So it's been going really well, but we're not moving back in, and I was just getting impatient with everything, just kind of being stuck in between two places. I'm still selling solar. I don't know what I was going to do next, and blah. So I just had to get out, and it was fucking an incredible idea just to disconnect and stop thinking about all the noise, I think, and just going out. And the only thing we really had to focus on was where are we going to set up tent and what are we going to eat tonight, and that was it. It was an awesome trip. So many cool things to see. And Western Australia has a lot of awesome places. We went all the way up to Exmouth from Perth. Caught up with some family, and then sister's birthday as well. So came back, worked for a week, and then went to the sister's birthday, 30th birthday in Adelaide. And that was another, I actually didn't need that trip, but it was actually really good for me. Good just to catch up with family and feel grounded, and again, just not thinking about a lot of the stuff because you're hanging out with family. And it's been really good. And I came back, and 2 days after I came back, I figured out what I'm doing, which is I'm super excited about. So a lot of the ideas that I've had over the last 18 months, kind of since I started this podcast and sold my shares in the business, and just ideas that I've been thinking about, for example, sales training, helping people in sales. I wasn't thinking in any specific to any industry, just in general, sales scripts and training and conversions and, developing scripts and stuff, working on people's tonality and body language and whatever it is. CRMs, so helping people bring technology into their business and improve the output of a person, and also improve the visibility of a business and workload, and the workload people are able to handle without stress as well. So reducing stress and improving output, two kind of very cool things. There's been a couple of other ideas, but I found a way to combine them all as a solar business consultant. So I've got quite a lot of contacts in the industry and a lot of specific knowledge to solar. So I've started my company Sales Launch, which I'm very excited, and that's a bit of a tipping my hat to Alex Hormozy's gym launch. That book, $1 Million Leads is out. The book $1 Million Offers that my friend Shane referred me on to really kicked off my passion for reading again, and this whole sort of, I would say, self-development, but a rediscovery of myself. Maybe not even rediscovery, maybe just discovery. And yeah, I'm very happy with the way it's been going. I've been meditating. Super excited for this new business idea. I think I can provide a lot of value to this business. I've owned a solid business. I know how to, scale up a team. I know how to improve people's sales conversions. I know how to sell customers. I know what pricing is good and what pricing isn't, and how to get better pricing for businesses. And yeah, I think there's a lot of, as a whole, I can provide a lot of value. Also, the cool thing about it is I could find third parties to help me with any of these offers as well. So I could find a good sales trainer, or I could find a good CRM developer and website builder and, accountant and all these areas, stock supplier, all of it. I can find people to do these projects and I can just get a kickback. So I can also work on the areas of the business that I'm most interested in at that particular time, which is really good for me because I like the flexibility. So I think I can see myself doing this role for a really long time. I was going to call it solo launch, but I think this is something that I'm going to be working on. I can't see myself needing to work on anything else aside from maybe like a philosophical, philanthropical, journey. I think that this is the business that will allow me the most growth and progression, and then to be able to sideways into other industries like roofing and who knows, real estate, whatever. There's lots of potential. That's why I wanted to keep it open and I wanted to call it a sales launch. I'm kind of just sputting shit out at the moment because it's been so long since I've done a podcast. I have quite a lot to update on, so maybe I won't go too in depth with every individual thing, but maybe I'll talk more about what I'm doing with sales launch in a separate podcast. I kind of just wanted to talk about where my head's at the moment and why I think is where it's at. Definitely taking that time off has been great, and listening to Tim Ferriss's book has been really good. It's just little constant reminders. Like there's so many quotes that I feel like I could get tattooed on myself that I probably would have no skin left, because they're just really super helpful quotes to frame the way I think about things. Like less impressed, more involved from Matthew McConaughey, and he who worries before he should worries more than he should. It's like a Seneca quote or something. Don't worry, be happy. That wasn't one of them, but yeah. The reason that I think that I am in a good headspace mentally is I've been trying to think about what's really important, and what's really helped me to frame things has been taking that time off and spending time with family and thinking about death, I think, as well. And thinking about how short it all is and how really we don't have much time. And do you really want to spend what little time you have stressing and worrying about things and doing things maybe you don't really want to do, but you do it for a short period of time because, do you actually have to do those things? Are we making excuses? And I just kind of stopped. That's why I took that time off. I just stopped thinking about it all like that. And I just fuck it. I'm not going to think about anything. I'm just going to go camping. And that just threw that clarity of not worrying. Then I came back and I just decided I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to do my solo thing and make a little bit of money, because I was actually a bit tight after taking time off camping and having my existential crisis about what the fuck I'm going to do. I was running low on money. So I just fuck it, I'm just going to nail down and really just enjoy being present in each conversation with the clients that I'm quoting. I tried a new project with Shane with SunGain, taking Google AdWords. That turned out to be a big flop because Google AdWords, we obviously hadn't figured out how to get the money out of that. So our return on investment was very low in comparison to what it is with buying leads from Solar Quotes, which is another lead provider for solar, 3 quotes provider. But so I'm back on the 3 quotes, and I was thinking that I was really tired of doing those, which, there's a level of that, but it's just because I'm not having any growth or progression. And I think that I realized that, and why I'm in the state that I'm in is I realize that if I have something that I have some growth and progression in, and I can earn good money in, and I can work with people that I really want to work with, that's probably the biggest thing. So I'm actually trying to get my sister on board with this one because she's a pretty cool person. I enjoy her quite a lot, and she's really good. She's own event management, creating events for the race course in Adelaide. And she's been doing that for a few years, and she's just been busting her ass and decided that she didn't want to bust her ass anymore. And she was not getting, I suppose, rewarded, whether spiritually or financially. And so she moved on, and she's in between at the moment. And I thought it'd be very cool to work with her. Kind of an idea that I have about the the environment that I'd like to work in is we're all making a lot of money. Everyone, not just me, not just the business, like everyone on every level is tied into the results of the business in some way. And it's just, there's no like times, no clock in. It's all output driven. People can work whenever the fuck they want to work. We'll have an office that we can all go to, and whether you're there or not, it's totally up to you. And a bit of field work and a bit of phone work and a bit of all kinds of work. It just sounds fun, and people can work on different projects and they can kind of do shit without having permission. Obviously, they'll have areas that they'll be responsible for, but as long as those areas are being managed, and that's up to that person to decide whether they're being managed or not. Like we'll see over time whether that, there's cracks coming, and we can patch those as they come up, because fucking everyone makes mistakes anyway. Might as well give people a bit of trust and a bit of responsibility and autonomy, and let them handle it. And that's what I want people in those roles that I don't have to sort of think about that sort of shit with. Just a fun working environment, and not taking shit so seriously has been another good thing about it. Something I heard recently, this is in Tim Ferriss' book, one of the people interviewed was talking about how fickle humans can be and how we can be on this, like where I am right now, and then it doesn't really take much to sort of upset us, and then we have to go through all these things and then come back to, on every level, on every person on every level experiences the same thing, which is why it's been so cool to read these books. And that's something that I want to, I suppose, be more open with about too, and just share the stuff that I'm shit at as well as the stuff that I'm good at. I've also realized that instead of pushing myself too hard to like fix areas where I might be weak in, another common advice I've heard in a lot of different areas is double down on your strengths. I think Russell Brunson first said it, and then I've just heard it throughout multiple people that Tim Ferriss has interviewed, and he says himself, it's double down or triple down on your strengths, and you can just do really well on that. And so what I have been doing a lot, and meditation is actually, the transcendental meditation I've been doing now for a few months has really helped me just, I suppose, be more in tune with how I'm feeling about things, and training that muscle in my mind of being able to choose what I'm thinking about, and accept that thoughts will come through and not really give too much power to them, and if I want to move my thoughts to something else, I can accept what I'm thinking about and then just move on to whatever is going to be more productive. That's been a really sort of helpful little trick. But being more aware of how my actual body feels about things. Oh, that's another book I read, is The Body Keeps the Score. It's about trauma, but I actually learned a lot about myself and a lot about the human condition and humans in general and the way we treat each other. And it gives a lot more context into some of the people that I find very frustrating. It gives me a lot more context into some of the possibilities of their histories and why they might be like that. And just sort of understanding that everyone's doing their best with what they've got, I think we all are. And so that's something we all have in common, whether we agree with everyone's way of doing things or not. I mean, certainly not. Of course we don't. But doesn't mean we can't accept it. So, yeah, I've just been choosing areas where I'm noticing that I'm getting energy from, and where I know that I start to think about it. And if I even just feel in myself the energy's dropping as I start to think about it, that's a big no. There's that other quote, talk about something else I could get tattooed, and if there is any doubt, there is no doubt. So, if you're doubting something, then that's your answer. Say no to more things in life. I'm doing that to more things in personal relationships, in business and stuff. And there are some levels I'm not going to shun family out, but you can limit interactions with family that you don't sort of get along with. Or you maybe, another thing that I've heard is, if you're having a conversation with someone and you're finding it boring, the problem is you, not the person you're listening to, which was really cool. So I've been playing with that and just trying to ask deeper questions and more meaningful questions to sort of maybe engage in the conversation and be more present. That's probably a big thing. I've said that twice already. Just be more present in what I'm doing and be present in people that I'm talking to and just really listening and not trying to get my own thing in there each time.